You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. I'm your host, Brandy Williams, here for another Star Watch. This is a very activating, very action oriented week. Listen, the energy is thicker than me this week. I just want to issue a trigger warning because there will be some cussing. Oh, this episode gonna have some cussing. So put your earbuds on. If you don't like cussing, you might want to skip this week and receive the discernment in another way because there's gonna be some things being said. And without further ado, let's get to the transits. Out the gate, Monday, October 20th at around 4:51 a.m., we will have a conjunction between Mercury and Mars at 19 degrees of Scorpio, bringing in one of the most intense aspects of the month. Anyone with planets or points at about 19 degrees of the fixed signs, being Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, will feel this transit significantly. So, Mercury has slowed down. It's in preparation to go retrograde November 9th in the sign of Sagittarius, and it's going to travel all the way back to this point in the sign of Scorpio. We are officially in the pre retrograde shadow period. So, when the planet of the mind, all forms of communication, travel, transactions, thinking, conjuncts the planet of taking action, defending, assertion, war, cutting, it's going to be some things happening. So, the good news is you can have a week of increased mental energy and stamina, strategy and strategy calls. This could be so good for doubling down on a project, research, mental breakthroughs, enthusiasm and passionate speech, increased courage to walk it like we talk it, and some hard work to push the needle forward. Things are working out, things are moving forward with this conjunction, and just the Scorpio energy. We're really putting some skin in the game and we're seeing some reward from it. So that was the good news. But now, when we have the planet of words and communication join the planet of war, we can expect a war in the mind. Resentments, anger, rage, jealousy, arrogant speech, bullying, a sharp tongue. Beware of the sharp tongue with this conjunction, tension in relationships, yelling and screaming, fighting words that turn into fighting hands, power plays and manipulation, secrets and scandals being revealed, backbiting. In the world news, we can see more jaw dropping exposures of information and leaks. We can even see talks of war. There could be crime, theft, violence happening. We want to be mindful over like serious money conversations in relationships this week because that could be really tense with some other transits that's going to happen. And anything that we're feeling really impassioned or opinionated about can blow up. So watch the social media arguments with people you don't know. And if we just have like a really deep think piece on something and we see the debate starting to get a little crispy, we just probably want to pull back because this conjunction can be like really, really explosive. So we also want to be careful when driving, be careful of road rage situations because Mercury is also transportation and Mars is anger. So there can definitely be road rage. Energies will be really, really tense. So we don't want to attend all the fights that we could possibly be invited to this week. Yeah, we just want to stay away from the tension, especially, the people who are spoiling for a fight. And if we are triggered and are pushed to our limits, we just want to be careful not to project and unload on the innocent people in our lives, the fur babies, the babies, the very supportive friends and partners. We want to sit with some things and really go and get some movement. This is a good time to pull out that punching bag or go for a nice run or something like that. Something to get the body moving so we can move the energy around. We just don't want to let people get us out of character this week because it's not worth it. By Tuesday, October 21st, we will have a new moon in Libra. We have the sun and moon conjunct in the sign of Libra at 28 degrees. The new moon is going to be co-present with its own ruler, Venus. So she's in her own sign. So that's nice. This is very beautiful. And this is a powerful initiation because new moons are all about planting seeds and new starts and wanting to start something new. So we could be really motivated this week. We could feel especially inspired to create something beautiful. This could be a romantic time where we want to, start dating again or revamping something at home or in our relationships. We could be redecorating or creating new budgets and just coming up with new ideas about certain money moves and business moves. So, this is a super productive new moon. It can be very positive. It is one for new intentions in relationships and new intentions in relationship dynamics. Any type of one on one relationship, this could be clients, new therapists, collaborations, friends, you name it, anything that's one on one. Now, of course, this week is all about the good and the bad coming together, working for our highest good. So, the bad news about this new moon in Libra is it's about relationships and it's about unbalanced dynamics in relationships for some of us. And maybe it's not bad, maybe it's just a hard thing to deal with, but it's going to be something that is probably going to come up this week. So there is undeniable intuitive awareness and revelations about the people who keep showing you over and over who they really are. Many of us are ready to reassess the terms of engagement, and we are ready to renegotiate the boundaries, what we're no longer trying to be a part of, and what we're no longer willing to tolerate for the sake of keeping the peace and being fucking nice. Fucking nice. This about the time where if y'all don't want to hear no cuss words, y'all need to go ahead and clock out. I'm gonna say some things and it might be triggering to some people because this is a triggering week, but I'm just gonna say it. If you still here, let me tell you something. One of the pitfalls of this Libra energy is that Libra energy can oftentimes want to be fucking nice. But some of these people in the world haven't put in on this, man. Some of these people are getting nice that they do not deserve and they do not reciprocate. And some of us are holding on to resentments because we keep giving our nice away while we are eating the aggression. We are eating the resentment of all the times we let these motherfuckers slide. It's time to say fuck all that nice shit, which, by the way, is completely different from being kind. Being around people who are committed to misunderstanding you, who take and don't pour back, taking your energy away from your babies and your craft is a dream killer and it is poison to your soul, okay? And you are too good. Your light is too good. Your heart is too good. Your soul is too good. And the universe keeps trying to tell you that it's time out for you to keep going alone to get along, being the sacrificial lamb and the martyr and shit. Now, this new moon is making an out of sign square to Pluto in Aquarius, and it's going to square Jupiter in Cancer. And then it's going to pose Chiron retrograde in Aries. You're talking about a lot of triggers and a lot of big emotion, the breakdown of some shit. Because Pluto in Aquarius is not going to let you make it with pretending anymore. Now, we've been knowing that since last November. So this lunation with these players in conversation is indicating that there could possibly be a trigger this week from another person, from circumstances, from a situation. This could be family, friends. This could be money situations, not having the money. This could be this podcast. You could be like, girl, you got me messed up on this today. This could be the lady at Starbucks because the energy this week is tense. I said I need 3 pumps. Okay. So there's a trigger this week that is activating a wounded sense of self and our wounded self-worth, which is what Chiron retrograde in Aries is. Activating feelings of being unseen, unheard, unappreciated, and possibly bringing us back to past childhood wounds, times when we felt scared to speak up or when we were slapped into silence. And the wound from Chiron is guiding us to the medicine that is the wound that does not heal. That's why the trigger keeps happening because it is leading us to it. It is trying to get us to extract the medicine and the lesson out of it, reminding us that this wound will always be here because there's wisdom that you are meant to embody and to pass on to others, to teach them how to turn their pain into medicine. And Jupiter in Cancer is saying that I want you to be in these big feelings. I want you to sit in these big feelings that I'm expanding for you for a reason. I want to make you feel it big time because I want you to go back into your childhood, go back to your childhood home, go in your bedroom, grab your little boy or girl by the hand. I want you to look them in their eyes and I want you to tell them your voice matters. And hand in hand, I want you to walk out, come back. I want you to tear that silent contract up that you've made where you are giving people nice to keep the peace, constantly entertaining and placating individuals who don't even deserve to be in the presence of such a beautiful spirit as you. And let me be clear, I am not indicating no clapbacks or no slapbacks with this Mercury, Mars, and Scorpio conjunction. I don't want you to get in any fights. I don't want to get into any fights because most of us got kids and we definitely have legacies to create. So we're not trying to mess that up for nobody. But what I'm saying is that there's closure in the constant disrespect and disregard. And some people just need to be left where they at. So this new moon is planting seeds and letting us know it's time for new experiences. It's time to be in mutual, reciprocal, respectful connections by first being all of those things to ourselves so that we can attract the lovers, the supporters, and the givers just like us. And Jupiter in Cancer is asking us to be our own home so that we can also connect with people who feel like home because we can't really vibrate with anything that we are not. The frequency just won't match. So if we want somebody who is a safe space, we have to be a safe space. If we want to attract the giver, we have to be a giver, right? And not being a blind giver attracting all the takers and the leeches and shit. So we're calling in people who reciprocate, the who reciprocate safety, the people who can give just as much as we give without batting an eye, right? You water me, I water you type stuff. So respectfully, with this new moon, can we fuck all the nice shit and just be kind so that we can be happy on the inside? Okay, October 22nd at about 5:50 a.m. Neptune, who has been retrograde, will re-enter the sign of Pisces, and this is the last journey of Neptune ever being in Pisces for our lifetimes. It'll never happen again unless there's some type of like cure for dying, because it won't be back into Pisces for another 164 years. So this is quite significant. So first and foremost, Neptune going back into Pisces can have us feeling really tired and exhausted this week. We could feel just a little lethargic, like I don't want to do all the stuff I have to do, because Neptune and Pisces kind of have that same dreamy, spiritual, romantic, low-key type of energy. It's a dissolving energy, right? Where we retire into like whatever. So we may need to shave some things off of our to-do lists, but from a higher vantage point, Neptune is going back into Pisces for us to release old beliefs and old narratives of who we thought we had to be and what we thought we had to sacrifice to be worthy. So it's kind of rhyming with this new moon, right? We are laying down the capes. We're laying the capes to rest, RIP to Super Saver, whoever. We're releasing self-sacrificing martyrdom. We're releasing what spirituality used to look like and embodying how spirituality is calling us into its future. We're releasing low self-worth, being everyone's strong friend. Firstborn and only daughters, come to the front. Scapegoats and black sheeps, approach the pulpit. Hey, friend. Neptune retrograde in Pisces told me to tell you that effective immediately, we will not be carrying everyone in the extended family, being a village to everyone with no village for you at your house and waiting on someone to notice. We will not be breaking our necks for jobs who wouldn't get us nothing but a store-bought cake and replace us before the dirt hit the casket. If we can't make the function, goddamn it, we can't make the function. We don't hassle nobody else who can't make something. And we are no longer hassling ourselves when we are at capacity. So pretty much this is a release of the old self. And these releases can bring a lot of karmic endings or just a specific karmic ending, which is not easy. There could be sadness, grief, and confusion because a lot of times placing boundaries causes rifts with people who we feel very, very close to and whose opinions of us matters. So, that does come with sadness. That is not easy. We want to be prepared for guilt trips, victim stories, and also be mindful of our own victim stories because the truth is we have been victims of our own low self-worth. But the price going up and the access just went to VIP only. And I know I'm talking a lot of shit on this line tonight, but seriously, these things are not easy. But the soul is so over it. Our souls are over it. They're over pretending. And it's becoming virtually impossible by design to keep this facade up. Like we can even go on like another minute with some of these dynamics that we've been, into. We want to try to remain present and sit with something, be in that. It's painful, but we're on our journey. We're on our journeys, we're on our healing paths. So we want to take care of ourselves and adopt a spiritual practice right now. I mean forever. But we definitely want to adopt a spiritual practice into our daily habits and routines. And this is a really good time to get by a body of water, go into nature, sit and journal. I use my voice recorder to audio journal because writing gives me anxiety sometimes. So, yeah, we want to sit with something. We want to journal it. We want to be in our feelings, ask for support as we grieve some of these potential hard endings. Also, on October 22nd, the sun is going to enter the sign of Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpios. Scorpio season is really coming in swinging. There's going to be more uncoverings. So, sun goes into Scorpio. Now, by Friday, October 24th, we have a beautiful grand water trine, which is very lovely energy involving Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio. We got Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. There's a lot of support, a lot of illumination, but we also have the sun in Scorpio making a square to Pluto in Aquarius. And it's just like, dang, can we just have one good day without the other stuff? But yeah, this is the season of all things come together to work for the highest of good. So, anyways, yeah, 1 degree, 23 minutes. The sun is squaring Pluto. This is the third time the sun made a square to Pluto this year. And yeah, this is some what goes on in the dark will come to the light type of vibes. So the sun is illuminating something, illuminating some type of scandal, backstabbing situation, lies, manipulation, hidden money. This could be also super good energy for pushing through a project, getting something done, getting the good results that a lot of us are going to be seeing and already seeing. And this is really good for calling something out when you see it. So while we don't want to be in fights, we have to stop letting people play with us. So we might have to call something out and, take up for ourselves, like really, defend our names because that Scorpio energy can have people throwing dirt on it. Setting boundaries could be easier with this transit because Scorpio, like I said, don't give a fuck about that nice stuff. Scorpio is going to, let you know where the line is. This is also bringing more courage to go for something. And on the world stage, we could see also the exposing of the deeds done in the dark. So there could be a lot of news going on about money and debts and taxes, and there could be attacks on information, war secrets being leaked, hidden agendas exposed, something going on with, a public figure this week with this transit could be a thing, and hopefully, not like a fatal type of thing. This is also on a personal level a transit where we come into contact with fears about our emotional safety and our financial security. So we could be thinking about our foundational needs as we anticipate a lot of these new endeavors and these goals that we're taking action on. This transit can bring tension between the life goal, the new goal, something that we want to do, and is it going to pan out and is it going to provide for me and my family's security? So that could be something. And then we could also see there could be some illumination being shed on the unconscious fears that are driving our behaviors in the background, our behaviors to control something. How do we act when something is out of our control that could possibly affect our financial security? And so, potentially for some of us, fears about foundational needs being met. But this is also amazing to uncover things in therapy, to uncover things in coaching. If you see some type of hypnotherapist or an astrologer, I know I met with my astrologer over the weekend. It was amazing. I learned so many amazing things about myself. Every astrologer needs an astrologer, and this is just really good to draw clear boundaries. So, also we have the water trines happening, like a little three-way conversation between all these planets. And I won't like go into like exactly what all the trines are because I just named the planets, but let's talk about some of the things that we can expect. So this can be a heavy time. We've already went over some heavy things that could be unfolding this week, but there is support. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Soul tribes and trines will always bring support, and it's a flowing, easy type of energy. So some things to expect are deep conversations, information, and ideas flowing. new opportunities, new possibilities, heart to heart conversations that just unfold and happen easily, rally support from our soul groups and tribes, long term endeavors starting to materialize, something that we want to be long term is solidifying. This can also be an institution approving something or saying yes. And this could be people getting past a rough patch. So perhaps around the new moon, we say, hey, I don't like when you do that. And they're like, what, you don't? And so then we're just like maybe having some negotiation and we get past something. And I think that is so beautiful for everybody who makes it out of these rough relationship patches. May the mutual people find each other. May all the lovers and givers connect to each other. And I am so done with the astrology of the week. There's a lot going on this week as we navigate some potentially exciting, life changing, heartbreaking, scary situations, neutral. Some of us are just head down working. Love that for you. Please be kind to yourself. Be there for yourself. Strengthen your physical, emotional foundation because that is the only way that you can efficiently pour into other people, care for other people, and provide for other people. You have to have a sturdy foundation yourself first. Connect with people, places, and things that give you precious energy and mutual safety. May this week surprise you all in the best ways. I love y'all. I hope that you didn't get triggered by the things that I said because I didn't mean no harm. I just want people to stop playing with you. But if you want to reach out to me, you know how to reach out. And if you want to book a reading, I will leave my information in the show notes. Such a good time to book a reading. Scorpio season is where we are digging up the deep things. So I hope this week is good to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast.